my beautiful, welcome to my channel. Today's video is the 5 looks 1 palette video with the new Naughty palette by Huda Beauty. I reviewed this palette a few days ago, and in that review I gave you guys my first impressions, thoughts and opinions on this palette, and I also compared it to a lot of my other Huda palettes. So if you want to know if this is something that you already own and you might not need to get, go ahead and check out that video. I'm going to link it up there. In this video though, I'm exclusively going to be showing you guys 5 looks you can create with this beautiful Naughty Nudes palette. It was definitely a blast to play with this one, and I was able to create looks very easily and seamlessly, and they all came out really beautiful. In the comment section down below, I want you guys to please vote 1 through 5 which look was your favorite one after you see the video. I always like to know which one you guys prefer, and that way I can make more looks like that in future videos. Besides that, if you're not subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe before you leave. I do tons of videos like this one with all of the popular palettes that come out, and I also do tons of reviews and tutorials on other makeup products that come out. So if you're into that type of content, please don't leave without subscribing. Also, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you guys like it before you leave. And with that said, we have 5 looks to get to, so let's go ahead and get started. By the way, before I forget, everything I used in this video is going to be linked down below. So if you have any questions about blush, highlighter, lipstick, anything like that, everything is in the description box of this video. To get started with the first look, I have my REPHR number 15 brush with me, and I'm grabbing the color Filthy, and I'm tapping it back and forth on the crease of my eye. This one's just a really nice cool tone, light pinky shade. After I deposited the color by stamping it, I'm just back and forth swiping my brush so that it can get blended out. Next, I'm grabbing the color Naughty on my number 1 brush from REPHR, and I'm back and forth blending it onto the outer corner of the eye, and I'm starting to elevate it onto that crease shade, blending it into the color Filthy. I'm grabbing a little bit more, and I'm intensifying it the outer corner at first, and then with the tip of this brush, I'm just going to bring it forward on the crease of my eye ever so slightly. And I'm not turning my brush this way because I want it to be a little bit more concentrated. Back with my number 15 and the color Filthy, I'm blending out any edges I might have created with Naughty. I have this concealer-like brush right here from Alter Ego, and I swirled it around the color Slippery because you guys suggested that I use it as a primer of some sort. So I'm going to try it. I'm putting Slippery all over my eyelid with that big brush. Slippery has the faintest color, so as you can see, it's not doing much up here. But since it is such a sticky eyeshadow, you guys suggested that I use it kind of as a base, and I agree that it would be a good one, so let's see. I have my number 2 brush in the color Shameless, and I'm going to pat it over Slippery. This color Shameless is a really beautiful glittery pink shade. Alright, this is what things are looking like. That's actually really pretty. I'm grabbing a little bit of the color Spicy with my number 13 brush from REPHR, and I think I want to intensify my outer corner a little bit, and I'm going to bring it in as well around that shimmer shade. Back with Filthy on my number 15 brush, I just want to blend everything. Alright, so this is what I have so far for look number 1. Let me do some face makeup and I'll be right back to finish it up. Back with some makeup on, I'm going to use the color Spicy on my number 13 brush from REPHR, and I am back and forth swiping it right underneath my eyes. And I'm making sure it meets with what I did right here at the end. Then with my number 14 and the color Filthy, I'm going to just smoke that out, blend it out more. And I'm making sure that it looks good right here at the end, by making sure all of this just mixes together real nicely. For my inner corner, I'm going to use the color Flower Power on my REPHR number 3. Okay, here we are. I went ahead and put Perpetrator, the Fenty eyeliner, in my waterline. And this is the final look number 1 before mascara and lashes. Let me do some of that and I'll be right back to show you the final look. Okay, I'm back and I have some lashes on. This right here is the first look. These are the baby girl lashes from Glamnetic, which are their most natural ones that I've tried. and I really like them because you can still see the nice eye look, but then they add a nice amount of drama to the eye. So I really love these. I also really love how this first look came out. Let's see what I do next. Let's go ahead and start on the second look. Okay, I'm starting the second look with my number 15 brush and the color Hypnotic, and I'm back and forth blending this color on the crease of my eye with windshield wiper motions and my really soft fluffy number 15 brush. Switching to my REPHR number 1 and the color Juicy, I'm starting to tap the color on the outer corner first and then start building it into the crease of my eye just by patting that color in place and patting it upwards. With the color Arouse, I'm going over top of that to make it a little bit more warm. And now I'm using Juicy on the inner part of my eyelid. And through the crease, I'm connecting it back here. With a little bit more Hypnotic, I'm going through the edges just to make sure everything looks nice and blended. Once again, I'm going to use Slippery as my sticky base because we know we're not going to use this color for anything else, so we might as well use it for something. So I'm just patting it through the center of my eyelid. And now I'm patting the color Tantric all over Slippery for a nice golden bright center of the eye. With my REPHR number 13 and the color Juicy, I'm going to go over the edges of the gold to blend it all in a little better. Okay, so this is the top of look number 2. Let me do my face makeup and I'll be right back to finish it up. Okay, so I'm back with makeup on, and the first color I'm grabbing is the color Arouse on my number 15 brush from REPHR. And I'm putting it on the outer corner of the eye first, blending it towards the back to meet with the top of the eyeshadow. And I'm also going to put some right here, right under the tear duct area. With my REPHR number 2, I'm putting some Tantric right through the center. And with the color Hypnotic on my REPHR number 14 brush, I'm blending all of the under eye out. Down here, and making sure that this outer corner looks nice. I'm going to use Flower Power on my inner corner with my REPHR number 3 brush. And I think I'm going to touch up right here through the center with it as well, just to add a little bit more brightness. Alright, so this is what we're looking like. Let me go ahead and do some mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back to show you look number 2. Okay, this is look number 2 with just a little bit of mascara. I'm using the Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara, and I'll be back with some lashes. Alright, and here it is with some lashes on. This is a really beautiful look. I totally forgot to tell you I used the Walk of No Shame eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury in my waterline, and this right here is the second look. I honestly really love the way this one came out. It was nice and simple to do, but just such a beautiful little halo eye. I really love it. Let's go ahead and move on to the third look. Okay, I'm starting look number 3 with the color Hypnotic on my REPHR number 15 brush, and I'm going to blend this color on the crease back and forth, just doing windshield wiper motions. And I've gone back like 2 to 3 times just to grab a little bit of product at a time and build up this shade. Now that the color is nice and evenly distributed on my crease, I have a little bit of Naughty on this same brush, and I'm going to start blending it on the outer corner. And even though Naughty is quite a dark color, I grabbed it on the big fluffy brush because I don't want it to get dark right away. I want it to look nice and blown out, so I'd rather just grab little bits at a time and just shear it out on the crease with the big fluffy number 15 brush. A little bit more Naughty, starting on the outer corner once again. I'm blowing it upwards. I'm doing little circles right here on this outer corner. I'm just blowing it out. With my REPHR number 2 brush, I grabbed the color Passion, and I'm going to blend it all over the eyelid. This is one of those swirly shades, and I didn't expect it to be this dark, but we are rolling with it. I'm still putting it all over my eyelid. It's got a really nice duochrome purple to blue shift. We need to darken things up a little more, so I have my number 14 brush and the color Untamed, and I'm going to start blending Untamed around it, starting with the outer corner. And I'm also going to blend it around the crease of my eye. big number 15 brush and more Hypnotic just to blend things out. With my number 2 brush from REPHR, I'm grabbing the color Irresistible and I'm going to dab some over the center of the eye just to add a little bit more sparkle here. Just patting it on the center over that dual chrome shade. For underneath the eyes, I'm going to grab that color Untamed on my REPHR number 3 brush and I'm going to blend it all through my lower lash line, starting from the outer corner and bringing it inwards. And then with the color Hypnotic and my number 14 brush, we're going to smoke that out. I grabbed a little bit of the color Provocative and I'm putting it right underneath my tear duct area here with my REPHR number 3 brush. And for the inner corner, Flower Power. Fenty's Perpetrator eyeliner in my waterline. Okay, and this is look number 3 without mascara or lashes. Let me put something on my lashes and I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, I'm back with some lashes on and this right here is the third look. These are the same lashes I used for looks 1 and 2. And after all that blending, this one kind of turned out to be just like a nice sparkly blue toned purpley smoky eye. These eyeshadows perform great. I've liked every look I've done so far. I'm going to start the fourth look with the color Hard on my REPHR number 1 brush. And this color Hard is a cream matte shade. So I'm going to start by blending it kind of like on the eyelid slash crease of the eye. I'm just back and forth. Started on the crease, blended it forward, and now I'm going to start blending it upwards, kind of. Because I don't want it to be all over my eyelid, but I want it to be over some of my eyelid. And I also want it to be my crease color, because I think that since it's a cream shade, it could be used a lot of different ways. I grabbed some more and I'm intensifying my outer corner with it. With a clean fluffy brush, I'm going to go around it to diffuse any harsh edges. You can see that this is just one shade blended and it's so multi-dimensional. It looks like I layered like 3 different types of brown. Yet it's just the one cream shade. I really like it. On my REPHR number 2 brush, I'm going to get the color Please Me and blend it over the center of the eyelid. And then with that same brush and the color Tantric, we're going to do the inner part of the eye. Alright, and feel free to use your finger if you're having difficulty with the brush, because I had to go back quite a few times with it. But I just didn't want to use my finger because I want to be a little bit more precise. I grabbed my REPHR number 15 and the color Hypnotic, and I'm just going to blend it up here on the upper crease side to like right underneath my eyebrow, because I wanted it to look a little bit more smooth. Back with the color Hard and my REPHR number 3 brush, I'm adding color to right underneath my lashes. I started with the outer corner and brought it in. And of course, make sure it looks good back here and it meets with the top. I tightline with my brown eyeliner from Pure, and even though I don't feel like I need to do this step, I'm going to do it with my number 13 and the color Hypnotic. I'm going to blend out my under eye even more. But using that cream color underneath the eye, I really don't feel like I needed this step. I'm going to use Flower Power for the inner corner. And I'm also blending it over the edge of the crease for a little bit more brightness up here. Alright, so this is look number 4 before mascara. Let me do some mascara and show you what it looks like. This is what things are looking like with a little bit of mascara on. I feel like this is totally like a daytime / work appropriate look. It's not too dark, it's nice and blended. It's got a little shimmer but nothing over the top. I like it. Let me be back with some lashes on. Okay, and finally this is look number 4 with some lashes on. I really like the simplicity of this one. Nothing too complicated, nothing too over the top, a few shades, and it looks really nice. I think so far my favorite one has been look number 2. Let's see what I do for the 5th one. I'm going to start the 5th and last look with the color Hypnotic on my number 15 brush from REPHR. And I am just back and forth doing a sheer layer of it all over the crease of the eye, leaving just a little gap underneath the brow. A little bit more of that color Hypnotic, and just back and forth with very light pressure. Blend everything. Then with that same brush, I grabbed the color Rough, and I'm going to start blending that color also on the crease. Start it right here on the outer corner, and I'm blending it inwards. My memory card got full and my camera stopped recording, but hopefully you didn't miss anything. I was just finishing up the blending of the color Rough on the crease, and this is what I have so far with just those 2 colors. Next, I loaded this Alter Ego brush with the color Slippery, and I'm going to add the color Slippery all over my eyelid. My color Slippery is very, very sheer. I've seen some videos in which it looks more gold. I've seen some videos in which it looks more burgundy pink. Mine is just like right in the middle and just very sheer. And this is not a bad look. Like, you could wear this. It is a little like on the basic side, but the main thing that I don't like about just using Slippery by itself is that my eyelids feel so sticky and my eyes are kind of hooded. So I just cannot use Slippery by itself, but it does make for a really good base, because when I used it underneath other eyeshadows for looks 1 and 2, I really liked the way it made those eyeshadows shine. So at least we found a good use for it. So next, with my REPHR number 2 brush and the color Provocative, I'm going to tap that color right in the center of my eyelid. And I'm just tapping it all through the center and blending it back into the outer corner. Same brush in the color Shameless, and we are going to tap Shameless on the inner part of the eyelid and blend it into Provocative. With my REPHR number 14 brush in the color Naughty, I'm going to intensify my outer corner a little bit. Go in a little bit once there's barely anything on my brush. So this is what I have for the top of look number 5. Let me be right back with some makeup on and we'll finish this one up. Back with some makeup on, and I'm going to get my Walk of No Shame eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm going to put it right on my waterline. With my REPHR number 3 brush, I'm just going to back and forth smoke that liner down a little bit. Just back and forth, back and forth. With a little bit of Naughty on my REPHR number 13, I'm going to blend around that liner. Make sure it mixes nicely with the outer corner of my eye back here. And with my REPHR number 14 and the color Hypnotic, I'm going to fully just blend that out. Lastly, I'm doing the inner corner of my eye. This is a pencil brush from Sigma, and I'm using the color Flower Power. So this is look number 5 before any mascara or lashes. Let me be right back with some of that on. I'm back with some mascara on and things are still looking good. I am going to put some falsies on, but I had to retouch the shimmer on my eyelid a little bit because it was creasing a teeny tiny bit. Hopefully now that I retouched it, it doesn't happen anymore, but I'll keep you posted. But it wasn't an alarming amount of creasing. I feel like you wouldn't notice if you just looked at me. However, I wanted to let you know, and that might be that shade Slippery acting up underneath the eyeshadows. So let me do some lashes. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm finally back with some lashes on, and this is the final look number 5. Which one is your favorite look? Please let me know in the comment section down below. I personally really liked this one. I liked number 1 and I liked number 2 as well. I have to think of a favorite. That was all 5 looks with this beautiful Naughty Nudes palette by Huda Beauty. If I have to pick a favorite, I think my favorite look was look number 2. And then a close second were looks 1 and 5. I feel like I like them the same. They're a tie for me. So those are my second favorite look. But number 2 I think was my favorite one, just because it was easy and simple and just very wearable, but at the same time very glam. I really love the way that one came out. Please let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite look, and let me know if you're now excited to go back and play with your palettes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!